This next request is coming in from Remedy Kitty, and this is Halsey with "Still Learning." I loved the Halsey song you brought me last time, especially with the video of her painting. Um, she says in the note here, "This is another Halsey painting lyric video. Her music to me is very therapeutic, and when she does her painting, I feel it's giving a window into her passion." So awesome. Okay, we get to see her paint again. It's amazing, or at least like a painting lyric video. All right, let's check this out.
Should be living the dream, but I'm living with a security team. And
Oh,
that ain't gonna change, no.
okay, just that. Oh my god, that was like the opening line. Opening line be a bar, y'all. I should be living the dream, instead I'm living with a security team.
Should be living the dream, but I'm living with a security team. And that ain't gonna change, no. I got a paranoia on me,
Ugh.
and you wouldn't believe everything that I see, no. Coming apart at the seams, and no one around me knows who I am, what I'm on, who I've hurt, and where they're gone. I know that I've done some wrong, but I'm trying to make it right. To the one I love, bring me round, get me out right now.
Wow.
I know that I love you, but I'm still learning to love myself. I'm still learning to love
Okay, so I was like watching, sorry, I'm like trying to catch lyrics, but also like trying to watch the art. And when this started, I was like, "Oh, okay, like is this like her working digitally then?" But then this white paint came on, and that looks like actual paint. So then I was like, no, this looks like maybe paint and paper." So now I'm like, Whoa." So this is an interesting video.
myself. I should be living the dream, but I go home and I got no self-esteem. You think I'm swimming in green, but it's passed around my family tree. No man wants to really commit. Intimidated cause I get paid and shit. In the car,
Uh, oh my god, some of these lines, y'all. Oh my goodness. Okay, sorry, just
I should be living the dream, but I go home and I got no self-esteem. You think I'm swimming in green, but it's passed around my family tree. No man wants to really commit. Intimidated cause I get paid and shit.
like those lines that like I should be swimming in green, but it gets passed around my family tree. So I'm assuming he's like, I don't keep all of this. Like it, you know what I mean? It probably goes on in front of me. And I mean, I don't know how old she was when she got into the business. I suppose if she was a minor when she got into the business, then especially then like her parents or whatever probably have control of the money or whatever. But like even if it's just her, like, no, I take care of my family and everything. Like I don't just keep all this money. Um, but then like no guys want to commit because they're intimidated because I get paid and shit. So it's like there's this, yeah, there's this like, I've talked about, I think I've talked about this on the channel before, um, where something that like irks me about like fame and celebrity, particularly in like how the general population treats celebrities, is they forget that they're human. Like if you're famous, you don't get to be human anymore. Like, you know what I mean? You're not allowed to have problems anymore. You're not allowed to like have human emotions anymore. Because for some reason the general population seems to believe that if you're famous or if you're rich, that somehow that fixes everything, right? Well, you don't have room to complain because you're rich. As if having a ton of money in your bank account makes you any less lonely, makes you any less human, makes you any less susceptible to getting sick with like normal human things, right? Like, um, it it's not necessarily gonna, like, prevent you from, like, getting cancer or something, right? Like, these are just normal, like, common human things that, like, don't go away just because the number in your bank account got big, you know? And yet for some reason, the general population seems to, like, treat celebrities this way. Like, we don't ever wanna hear you complain about anything ever because, "Oh, boo-hoo, boo-hoo, the billionaire is sad. Oh," so as if money fixes that. It really doesn't. Um so I am like, I'm appreciative that she's talking about this. That it's like, yeah, y'all think I'm like swimming in green because okay, I'm famous and like okay, like I make money, like I get paid, pr- get paid pretty darn well for what I do, but like that doesn't fix my problems, right? Like as far as what the little bit I do know from Halsey, she had some very serious health issues, like very serious life-threatening issues that money didn't solve. Okay, and then something like this, like, trying to find the love of your life, to find your partner in life, and yet that's hard when, like, so many of them are just intimidated by you just because your bank account's big, you know what I mean? Um, like, these are very real human things, and we don't really talk about this because we kinda just wanna assume that you don't have room to complain because well, you have money, so, somehow that's supposed to make your life perfect or something, I don't know. Anyways, it's a pet peeve I have about how people treat celebrities as if they're, like, not human now or something because they're rich. Anyway,
In the cloud, you're reading my lips,
and
but
I think the thing that bugs me about it is, like, what's the magic number? Like, what is the magic number that suddenly makes you, like, not human anymore? Like me, y'all, okay, I paint or whatever, and I write songs. I write songs, okay? I enjoy songwriting. If one of my songs got really big, okay, if for some reason, like something I let's say I put one of my songs out on Spotify or something, and all of a sudden it gets huge, and all of a sudden, like, oh, I'm like number one on the charts, and like now, like, oh my God, I've got all this like money and I'm signed, you know what I mean? Like if all of a sudden, like what's the number? Like what magic number of streams needs to show up on my Spotify account for y'all to be like, "Oh, Julie ain't human anymore." I mean, yesterday you guys are very understanding. You guys are very patient with me and you guys are awesome, right? I love this community. You guys are fantastic. You guys were very quickly like, "Oh, if you're not feeling well, don't worry about it." You know what I mean? Like, if you need to take the night off, like, no worries, girl, take care of yourself, right? If you're sick, take care of yourself. And like I super appreciated that cuz y'all understand like I'm human, right? I'm human, I'm a mom and y'all understand that. But like what magic number on like if I put a song on Spotify, what magic number of streams on my Spotify would suddenly make you go, "Nah, Julie, I don't care if you're sick. You better show up and do your job. You better show up and perform." You know what I mean? Like where's which number makes it okay and for me to be sick and then which number suddenly is like, "Oh, now it's not." You know? Like what number in my bank account is okay and then like somehow just $1 more, now you're not human. Like what's the line? We're still human. We're still here. Well, now Xanafrin says 10. 10. So if I get 10 streams, if I get 10 streams, Xanafrin's going to be like, "It's over, Julie. Sorry. You're you better show the hell up, man." Xanafrin coming in here with literally the number 10. Y'all are wild. All right. Remedy says, like, there were people talking shit that Taylor was talking about having the flu in the documentary. Like, literally, she can't have the flu also. Exactly. Exactly. Like, okay, I get that she's like a billionaire, which by the way, a billionaire doesn't mean she has $1 billion in her account. That's like not even what that means. But even if she did, even if she had $1 billion in her account, does that make her flu not the flu? Like, does that make her not feel like shit when she goes on stage? Like, I don't think the flu gives a shit how much money's sitting in your account, bro. Just saying. Anyways, the flu don't give a shit. And by the way, your kids don't either. Your kids don't give a shit either, okay? Just saying. So, all right. Yeah, yeah. Anyways, sorry. I'm gonna step off the soapbox that I was on there. Just I was totally like on the so I'm gonna step off now. All right. Let's enjoy this song because I was actually really enjoying this song a lot. But I really appreciated these lyrics that she's just being very honest and very real here about like y'all think I'm swimming in money and yet it's actually really making it hard to like be a human and want very natural human things like a partner in life. You know what I mean? So anyway.
Green, but it's passed around my family tree. No man wants to really commit. Intimidated 'cause I get paid and shit. In the cloud, you're reading my lips, but no one around me knows who I am, what I'm on, who I've hurt, and where they're gone. I know that I've done some.
And I like that what I'm on either because while some I mean, you could take that lots of different ways, right? What I'm on as in like what I'm on like just my opinions and oh, what are you on about? And like my thoughts and opinions. It could be what are you on? Like literally what are you on? Like if she's using or something. But even what am I on? Like her medications. Like y'all don't even know like these health issues I have and like what medications I have to take. You know what I mean? Like so you could read that line so many different ways, and yet in each of those cases it really lands right. It's like y'all are seeing me up on stage and you're singing to every single word of my songs, and yet you have no idea like who I actually am and what my life is actually like. So I appreciate the lyrics of this song.
My lips, but no one around me knows who I am, what I'm on, who I've hurt, and where they're gone. I know that I've done some wrong, but I'm trying to make it right. The same mistakes on and on. To all my friends, I'm sorry for. You know that I love you, but I'm still learning to love myself. I'm still learning to love myself. Oh, I try and I try to remember sometimes if I breathe, it's alright. But some things don't change. I'm still learning to love myself. Who
Wow.
I am, what I'm on, who I've hurt, and where they're gone. I know that I've done some wrong, but I'm trying to make it right. To the one I love, bring me round, get me out right now. I'm still learning to love
Woo!
myself.
Wow. That was a nice
I'm still
that was a nice beat drop to come back in there.
learning to love myself. And I try to remember sometimes if I breathe, it's alright. Some things don't change. I'm still learning to love myself. I'm still learning to
Wow.
love myself.
Wow. All right. Round of applause. Round of applause. Okay. So aside from the song itself, because that song, I really love that song a lot. I can't even talk anymore, y'all. I really love that song a lot. I love the beat of that song, the melody of that song, the lyrics. I really love the lyrics of that. But I loved that this was the video that went with it because the video was so fitting. That video is so fitting with the artwork here because remember we this is like it's so funny that I said this in the last one because in the last one that we watched with her painting that self-portrait of herself, and I even stopped and talked about it and said, "Yo, like the hardest thing to draw or paint as an artist is yourself. Like doing self-portraits is like the hardest thing." you know? Um and it like it's so funny that this is what her music video was for this because in essence that's kind of what was going on here. It's like you were seeing like the struggle to to draw herself, right? To like it was like this searching for identity is like, okay, here's this face and it's like, no, I don't think that's quite me. And so it was like erased and then you have the white paint covering it, which is that yeah, that's what you do. When when you hate your painting, okay? When you hate your painting, you just you will fight it. There's this sort of war that happens where you will fight. You will war with your canvas. You will war with this painting. And when you finally reach defeat where you're like, this just isn't working. Either you find a space where you're able to just surrender to it and just surrender to whatever the canvas wants to be. But sometimes you can just really hit a brick wall where you're like, okay, whatever the canvas wants to be, it ain't this. And like I give up. And that's the moment when you're like, okay, now it's time. You kind of have to know like when is the time to keep working at it, right? To keep trying things, to keep whatever, and when it's like it's just time to start over. It's just time to start over. And usually when you start over, it's usually plain white like that. Unless it's really really dark painting. Like for instance, like this one here. If I were to start this one over, I'd probably just start black. Like I'd probably just go all black to cover it and start over. Um, but generally speaking, when you start over, it's white. Like you just slap that that white acrylic over it or that gesso over it and you're like, "Start over." Um, so to see her like drawing these out and then being like, "Nope," and then white paint, and then, "Okay, let's start over here. Let's try this one." And then, well, maybe let's change this. Okay, well, maybe let's no, let's and to see the adjustment on it as she went before being like, "Nope," and starting try another one, and to just see all of these different iterations of these faces that she was trying to draw, like, symbolically, I feel like went really well with this song of, like, I'm still learning who I am, I'm still learning how to be, right? Like, I'm in the this sort of metaphoric, symbolic sort of self-portrait, I'm still learning how to do my self-portrait here. So, no, I think that was fabulous. That was, like, the perfect video for that song. I love that. Round of applause. Round of applause, Remedy. Okay, question. Is this song on the same album as Graveyard? I actually put Graveyard on my playlist. I really like that one. And I'm probably gonna add this one too. I'm gonna be adding this one too. So is this song on the same album as Graveyard? I need to know this, because if it is, I may need to consider adding this to my, like, album review list. I need to know. In fact, I'm gonna add it to my playlist right now. And then we're all gonna watch the downstairs performance again together, because that was fire. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Imma cheer for that. Imma cheer for that. Okay, well, if it's on the same album as this one, I can find it quick. Here. Show complete album. What's this one called? Still learning. There it is. Add to library. Okay, cool. Excellent. The album is called Manic. Gotcha. All right. Yeah, see, that's crazy. I would have never thought just looking at that, I would have never thought that that was a painting. Like that's crazy. Anyway, all right. Then if that's on the same album, I'm probably going to put that on my like album review list. My list of albums to review at some point. So, that's fire. All right. All right, y'all. Fantastic, fantastic requests tonight. You are holding on to your title of professional requesters. Yes.